Right, now that I'm recording. So, one of the biggest things I see when it comes to new players and trying to pick up their punish game is that they tend to not do really good combos when it comes to reversals. So you'll see a lot of the time, if I just want to set guard recovery and get Akuma to EXDP, right? Often we don't really see good combos happening here because these are your like really big opportunities. Okay, I understand sometimes it might take you off guard, especially stuff like light DPs and things like that, but you also can understand that with practice, the second you see a DP, you can give yourself all the time in the world to do whatever combo you want. And on some DPs this can be really, really big, right? So we'll set Akuma to do his EXDP. So right, he's doing his DP. Now, let's just get this out of the bag already. If you're blocking a DP, don't do this. Don't throw them. This is a waste of an opportunity. Even if your back's in the corner, I do not think it is worth it at all to put yourself in a position where you're only getting a throw's worth of damage, right? One of the biggest things when it comes to DPs is, since it's a free counter hit combo, getting whatever you want, right? And it could be something as simple as this, right? You can ultimately do something as simple as a B&B. And you've still done 100 damage more than a throw. And that's some level of reward. But you should try and look to get something more out of it. And there's a few routes you can go down when it comes to punishing EXDPs. Because all EXDPs are counter hit state, okay? I don't think there's an EXDP in this game that doesn't leave them in a counter hit state when they're recovering. So this being said, you have two ways to go about it. First route, crush counter. You can go for a crush counter punish. Why would you want to go for a crush counter punish, you might add? Because upon crush countering an opponent, your next hit actually scales straight to 80%. So it's not that great for damage. This is one of the changes that happened a while ago. The idea is you actually build V meter. So if I go and I take off my critical gauge, and I move my ears for 2 sec. Wait, I need to make it normal. Oh, I did it for the opponent. Oops. Here we go. Critical gauge, V type, yep. Now restart. Okay, so there's no V gauge, right? There's nothing there. And then we're gonna do an EXDP punish. You notice I build a bit of meter, right? And you actually build a fairly sizable chunk on top of what you block with. Especially on the EXDPs as well, right? I'll keep my head to the side so you can see this. So you can actually use this to build V meter if you choose to do this. And you can get some pretty gnarly combos if you have a really nice crush counter. I know Akuma's got a bajillion. Other characters like Kage can get some really nice combos off his crush counters. Like, have a look around to see what your character can get, because you can typically still get pretty decent rewards, something like this. I missed the DP, but there's more combo after that. And you build a decent chunk of bar. The second way is using a counter hit string. Like that. This is something that doesn't work on normal hit. So if I quickly change him to do... That doesn't work. However, because you're in a counter hit state, you can open yourself up to more unscaled, larger combos by doing a counter hit starter. So, using a similar combo route to what we used before, might look something like this. Right? And then you can get a lot of damage, especially if you decide to burn the bar. right? That is a third of his health. It's a lot of damage you can get out of this. Now, on certain characters, such as, I believe the main culprits are Ken, Kage, and Akuma, where they have this 2-stage DP, there are 2 other things you can do. One thing that you can do is actually add a full jump in. Because they take so long to recover, you can land a full jump in combo. Let me get that right. Something like that, right? Getting a very decent chunk of damage. The other thing you can also do is, ironically, as Tech has said in the chat, but I'll bring up this point first, there are actually gaps to counter hit them at this point. Now, why would you want to do this? Let's say Akuma has EXDP'd right as he was about to get stunned. This is a really good way to make sure that the stun doesn't go down while you wait for the EXDP to finish. The last thing you can do is, you can have so much time I'm gonna have to, I do not really know this combo, but I will give it a go. Actually, yeah, which one am I gonna do? I'm gonna do... Actually, I'll just do a simple one that I know I can do. This example. That's not even optimal. That's not even close to optimal. Okay, good Oro players will actually know how to get so much more out of that combo, it's ridiculous. Especially with like a 5-stone combo, where they have so much that they can do there. Like, if you know how to utilize your character, especially a character like Oro, you can get a lot of damage out of a V-trigger activation. That is basically how I would go about looking at punishing EXDPs. Go into training mode, turn the dummy on to do an EXDP after guarding, and practice getting repetitions of good damaging combos, and then practice doing them against the dummy, so that when you come in and you start to play against players that are EXDP happy, let's say in bronze, silver, gold, and you block them, when you see block DP, your brain goes, hey, there's that punish combo that you can try. And then you go ahead and do it. And it is extremely beneficial. And that is basically all I had for